Okay, today we're talking about the story of the prodigal son. What inspired me to do this video was many different things. One of which is my personal journey in learning the truth, having been raised Catholic and left Catholicism as a young adult, went into the Protestant religion. I was there for a number of years and continued to do study, and many things have led me to this point. A lot of you have heard the story of the prodigal son before and think you're pretty familiar with it and have an idea of what it's really talking about. But I'm here to tell you that there's a whole new perspective that you never heard before. And I really believe that this can literally change people's lives. And I'm begging you to watch this video all the way to the end. And you really won't get the full impact of this presentation unless you stick with it till the end and hear the whole entire presentation. Then in the end you'll see something amazing come out. Another thing that inspired me to do this class is because I saw many videos, but one video in particular on YouTube that was put out by a mega church in California that was very, very offensive, and I just felt like I had an obligation and a responsibility to get the truth out to as many people who have ears to hear. You can find out more information at the website earsfortruth.com. That's earsfortruth.com. We're going to be presenting an entirely different interpretation of this story that you've never heard before, and we just encourage you to stick with it till the end. We have much background to cover first before we really get into the meat of the story of the prodigal son. As this preacher said, you have to have the context of the story of Judaism before you can fully appreciate what's really being said in this story. One question I ask is, why does Jesus speak in parables? Well, one of the answers is because it's not given to everyone to understand. It's only given to certain people to understand. And those who have ears to hear, if they search out the truth, they'll learn the truth, and in their heart of hearts, they'll know that what is presented in this class is absolutely the truth. Now, I'm not trying to come across as arrogant or conceited. Please do not get that impression. But I've spent many, many years on this journey, and it's only as a result of have been on this journey for quite a long time that I realized that there's much more to the story than first meets the eye. So Jesus spoke in parables to give people free will, so you can choose to believe it or not to believe it, or choose to accept a different interpretation. After the parable of the sower in Matthew 13, Jesus said, "Who hath ears to hear, let him hear." And the disciples came unto him and speakest unto him, "Why thou speakest thou unto them in parables?" He answered and said to them, "Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given." Okay, God speaks to us in hints. What is the difference between seeing and hearing? God commands the Jewish people in Deuteronomy to hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one. Jesus himself said this is the most important commandment, the foremost of all, in Mark 12:29. Jesus said, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one." Now we ask the question, what is the difference between seeing and hearing? When you look out at a scene, you see everything instantaneously. There's no work involved, there's no effort, there's no building. It's just there. The old saying, "I know it, I saw it." Hearing is not like that. Hearing is completely different. When I'm giving something over to you, I'm putting the sounds of letters together, and by themselves, they make no sense at all. And as soon as I finish speaking word 1 and begin speaking word 2, where's word 1? Where'd it go? It doesn't exist in the world anymore. And word 3 hasn't even come into creation. Okay? So when I'm speaking something out to you, I'm putting the sounds of letters together, and by themselves they make no sense. And I put the letters together and form a syllable. Still, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I put the syllables together and form a word. Still, you're lost. I get through this long explanation 45 minutes later. What's left? There's nothing left. It's a wisp of memory. But what do you say? At the end, after I explained it to you, what do you say? You say, oh, I see. What do you mean you see? You see because you put the broken pieces together. You form the picture in your mind. You're concentrating, you're putting all these pictures together, and now you understand. The famous question from the story of Abraham, it says that God spoke to Abraham and said to him, leave your country and go to the place that I will show you. And the question that everybody asks with this text is, where's the preamble? What was so special about Abraham that the creator of the world would single this man out and speak to him? What was so special about him? The answer is, Hashem was speaking to everybody. But only Abraham was listening. Only Abraham was putting the broken pieces together. First he saw the moon and thought that was God. And then he saw the sun and thought that was God. And then he said, God is one. There's only one God who created all these things. Okay? So God commands the Jewish people to hear, O Israel. In other words, put in the action, put in the effort. If you put in the effort and learn from your environment and everything around you, then you'll see the picture. And the truth is, God is still speaking to everybody, but very few people are listening. And I trust that those of you who are watching this video are the ones who really are listening and really are seeking the truth. Okay, so Jesus speaks in hints. He tells us that the foremost command is to hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one. Now, what is that all about? This is the quintessential Jewish prayer. In the morning, when we say our prayers, we have something that's called a prayer shawl. In English, in Hebrew, it's called a talit. Okay? And we have a very specific way of putting it on.